Hello twin flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Welcome to my channel, whether you are new or you are coming back. Happy to have you here. Happy Friday. Are you excited for the weekend to come? I hope you guys are. And next week is gonna be quite a week. We have the 12/12 portal, we have Mercury retrograde beginning the day after, we have new moon in Sag. That it's a good idea to start preparing like right now. You know, there's like a lot going on. But anyways, let's start with an oracle card for each of the twins. Then we'll go into the current energies, additional info in one of the areas, and how the twins feeling about each other right now. So the first card will be for Divine Feminines. This is the Spirit Junkie Oracle that I have with me today from Gabby Bernstein. So let's see, we have, I don't think I've ever gotten this card. I celebrate all the greatness in my life. I mean, isn't that the best card to have for Friday? I mean, I don't know what your working week is like. My week is mostly, work week is mostly Monday to Friday. So for me, yes, I'm feeling it, babe. And yes, I'm switching it up a little this week in particular, but still, to me, this is like a Friday vibe, you know? Celebrate the greatness in you, in people around you, in the universe, in the magnificent divine intent that got you here together, was in contract with your own intent, your soul's intent. Isn't that amazing? Like, and how divinely orchestrated everything is, like in terms of, you know, your destiny, what you know about the karmic past and maybe past lives, or at least the twin flame journey part, right? Like, how intricate is that pattern of life? There's a lot to be grateful for. For masculines, all is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. This is a quote from Louise Hay. She was a very famous author, speaker, innovator around psychosomatics and healing from that body healing from that standpoint, right? So this is a great affirmation that wherever you are, whatever is happening with you is happening for your highest good. Okay, let's get into tarot now. Let's see. Don't forget that I also do personal readings, so don't hesitate to reach out. And also don't hesitate to find your horoscope. I'll publish the rest of them today. I think I have like 4 left, which I had to take a break on for personal reasons, but I will publish the rest of them today. Bottom of the deck, the Fool. There you go, baby. That's the attitude today, right? Be in the moment, celebrate what you have, and be open to new adventures, whatever comes your way. Let's get clarifiers. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's no rush. There's no train waiting for you that's gonna leave. No plane that you can miss and you'll miss your vacation. No, it's not like that. You have all the time in the world. Feminines, you're the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the Hierophant. So this is an entrepreneur card, an industrious card, more than anything in this case. I feel like this is connected with mission and making it practical and making a living out of it. So if you're in a position where you don't see that being the source of income, your spiritual business mission, whatever that is for you, or your giftings are, it's time to do your homework and see how you can turn things around so it can be a viable business, right? The only thing is that you cannot approach it from like a pure surface level business, right? There's still supposed to be guidance from the divine. You're still supposed to use your inner compass and set of values to make it yours. So it's like, you know, like if you decided, for example, to hire, I don't know, a coach with that, right? Like doing some marketing for you or coaching you in how to do online business or something like that, right? Pick and choose what you get from that person, like what you pick up, or you know, how you learn from them, because it is going to be very valuable. At the end of the day, your customers, your users, people who need your information are going to be, you know, people using all of those resources of how can they find out about you, right? How they're gonna meet you for the first time and get interested, right? And so all of those tips and recommendations are good to know and are great to use, right? But remember that this is a very unique, specific thing that you're doing, that you're called to do as a light worker. So it's very important that you don't just stick to, oh, that's what people do in this case, or, you know, that's how the algorithm works on YouTube, so you have to do it that way. And I can tell you, not even only from my experience, from experience of other YouTubers I know, that the moment you start strictly sticking to what the YouTube algorithm expects, you start losing that energy momentum, right? It stops being as pure and channeled as it's supposed to be, right? I'm supposed to get the message to you that I'm channeling right now, that I'm being asked to channel, to give you, right? Not what is gonna sell well. And that's a really important point to keep in mind here. I would say, of course, being a light worker, I would say it's an important point to keep in mind for any business, but for this kind of deal especially so. Masculines, we have 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the World, which is like a minor kind of version of Queen of Pentacles, in my opinion. Or Empress, actually. So in any way, masculines are embracing their space, their wants and needs, where they are. It's like, I'm feeling it's almost like an inventory, like what their world is, right? A very interesting take on the World card. They are taking inventory of their world, like in their own space, in their private space. And that includes everything, starting with belief systems and friends and how I spend my time, and ending with, what does my bedroom look like? Am I getting enough physical activity every week? What do I eat? Are my breakfasts healthy? Things like that, you know, like it's everything. And it's important, and they're guided towards that because this helps them understand themselves, first of all, where they are right now, like that assessment, and also see the path to go from there. Because there are definitely, and we've seen that in recent readings, there are definitely things where they feel they have this emotion. They are in that state where they feel like they need to make changes. But from that, the next step should be then defining what those changes are, right? Starting somewhere. And if you're not consciously on the spiritual journey, or at least talking to a therapist on a weekly basis or at least monthly basis, you probably aren't gonna know what those changes are, right? And if the person is not used to that kind of thinking and going deep and going raw with themselves and their heartache or their blocks, it's gonna be freaking hard to start with like, oh, I need to change my relationship to women in my life. No, it's not gonna be like that. But they will start with, you know, I need to eat healthier breakfasts, right? Or I need to add this and that to my physical activity so that I feel better and I can be more successful in what I need to do, right? Like that's where it starts, but it's a great start. Good for you, Divine Masculines. Whew, this is getting a little long, but it's okay. Additional question. 8 of Swords clarified by 2 of Pentacles. Oof. So the hard choices that we have to make. So where is like, you get the, how do I call it? The analysis paralysis. When you get too much into the depth and you start overthinking every option that you have. And let's say there are 2 options just for our exercise. Then you're kind of like frozen in the middle, like the deer that sees the headlights of a car and you just don't move. That's that. So where is that happening for the feminines? 6 of Pentacles clarified by 5 of Cups. Yeah, being able to give and be open-hearted, trust, right? It's kind of like, yeah, I want to go for that option because I feel like this is gonna work for me, whether it's business or a relationship. But the past with the heartache, with the failures, with hurt feelings stands in the way, right? So there is no progress essentially because of that. If that's your business, if that's the part where what we've been talking about, like start little by little, the same way as masculines do, right? And start building those habits so that it's not a chore. It's not like a big step that you need to make daily, monthly, right? If it's about money investment that's necessary as a next step, build that plan for yourself, right? Like, I'm gonna start with investing this much where I'm comfortable still, right? But it's gonna give me opportunities. Usually there are some quick wins that you can get, right? Or even things that you can do for free. Maybe you'll learn some skills, right? And you'll be able to do it yourself. Or you can ask somebody from your friend group to help you with something, right? Like, there are ways. If there's a will, there is a way. But it's important to keep progress there. If it's a relationship, again, nobody's asking you to for like a lifelong commitment right away, right? But start building that communication, that emotional intimacy, and see like level by level that the person is on the same page with you, that they're ready to go where you're taking them, or even the other way around, maybe they're taking you to some more deep, intimate space, right? For masculines, we have the Justice card clarified by King of Wands. So some sort of legal issues I'm hearing, that they have legal battles, that they kind of know the right thing to do, but it's like it's gonna be a headache, you know, it's gonna take a lot of them, so they're not really making it. They're not making the move, right? And so they're stalling with solving some problem, whatever that is. It could be, I don't know, paying taxes that are overdue, or even like going to court to resolve a traffic ticket story, or maybe ending a commitment to someone else. And it doesn't have to be marriage, it can be a financial commitment, but something that's legal, that's on paper, right? Where they understand that it keeps carrying that pain with them, like something happened, it didn't go well, or it's not been well for a long time, and they know that they need to cut the cord and leave that behind. But for some reason they can't. Like, either they're trying to protect someone's feelings or their feelings, or it's like a place of comfort where they're like, well, you know, it's like keeping me safe, or like, this is like, it's not, it doesn't feel good, but it's a certain amount of income that I can rely on, that I need to keep going, and they're finding reasons why, right? So they don't really solve the issue. How the feminine seeing the masculines right now? Five of Cups clarified by Nine of Cups, and we already had Five of Cups. So again, so the feminines are seeing that this heartache, like the heartache we saw here, is most likely connected with divine masculine, and they see that they're hurt, or they can feel that they're hurting as well, right? But the masculine is trying to get out of that rut. At least energetically, the feminine can tell, right? They're trying to turn things around, where it's almost like, you know, when your feelings are hurt in a love situation, you focus on the painful things that were said, events, like how the person treated you badly, like, and there's a good chance, especially when we're talking about twins, that there were great times, good times, when there was love shared. But in that moment, while you're still hurting, you can only think about the hurtful stuff. So this is like the next stage where, because this guy is actually, this is the card where the guy is focusing on the Two of Cups. He's holding them, working with them. So the masculine is trying to see as a contrast to the hurt feelings, things that didn't work out, trying to see the contrast of what did work out, and how good that was, and how valuable that is, right? How magical it is. Look like this person is holding the cups, right? And how it can actually be the source to their happiness, right? How they've actually wished for this. They just didn't have the eyes to recognize it. That's very interesting. Whew. How masculine seeing the feminines? Three of Cups clarified by the Tower. So they see there is a contrast, yes, and it's kind of like a continuation. They see the feminine, how much they shine, as opposed to other, well, let's say feminine energies. That doesn't even have to be females. Take gender how it resonates for you, but how, like, they see the divine feminine in comparison to other feminines in their life, other stories, right, other romances, and this hits them of how different the feminine is, right? Because there were certain things where they were like, okay, women are just like that, right? Like, there were labels, like, you're a woman, you're gonna give me trouble in this area, you're gonna manipulate me in that area, and you're gonna demand this from me, right? Like you're like this, that, and that. Or if you're a woman, you're interested in me giving you this. Or for you, the definition of love is that, right? It can be positive, can be negative, but labels are a negative just in general, right? Because it creates assumptions, and it creates like this extra layer of deceit, of the mask, right? Because it's not truthful information. If it's like, it may be true, may not be true, right? But when we place those labels on people, we treat them in a corresponding way, which is unfair to those people, right? We can't build trusting, kind, and loving relationships if we are judging them from other experiences in our life. And we will, and our brain does it. That's where the conscious part is supposed to turn in, where we're saying, okay, I can tell by some kind of criteria, and they're seeing the criteria now, hence the tower moment, of how can I tell if they have true intentions toward me, or they actually need something from me, right? Or is this gonna be a drag and they're just gonna, give me a brain tumor, sort of, so to speak, right? With all the drama and fighting and whining and everything. Or is this gonna be different, right? Like, how do I tell, right? They're seeing that, and they're seeing it with the divine feminine in the center of that situation. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it here for today. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I'll be back for more readings, with more readings, very, very soon. Bye, everyone.